Bitcoin is going up for the same reason gold is going up.
Yeah.
It's gone up faster because we're a newer technology, we're a newer commodity,
right.
and therefore the adoption cycle is happening fast. Generally, when you get an ETF, a week to 2 weeks later, you get options on the ETF.
Yeah.
And there are no options on the Bitcoin ETF yet.
Yeah.
The SEC is holding that back.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is there a good reason for it? Not that I know of, but maybe the SEC can tell us. The moment that option market comes out, that really unleashes the Robinhood crowd. So what was fascinating is fascinating. So ETFs, all this hype. You should do a report on this.
Yeah, okay.
If you look at from day one of the ETFs till today, and you took all those ETFs, what, they're 9?
Yeah, 11 actually.
11.
Yeah.
The 11 ETFs, total volume versus volume on MicroStrategy and Marathon.
Yeah.
MicroStrategy and Marathon kicked its ass.
Yeah.
More volume. And I was like, he was driving me crazy. I was like, why? Because of the options.
Yeah.
All the Robinhooders, all the game stoppers, all the day traders trade short-term options.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it creates a wacko volatility market, but it creates excitement and volume.
Mike Novogratz is the CEO of Galaxy Trading, a company that offers a comprehensive range of financial services for both institutions and direct clients within the digital assets sector. Novogratz shares some of his extraordinary insight in his recent interview with Alex Thorn regarding the Bitcoin ETF and the factors affecting its growth. Normally, when a new ETF is introduced, it takes just 1 to 2 weeks for options to become available for trading. Options are important because they let traders speculate on the ETF's future price movements, which boosts trading activity and excitement. That said, Novogratz believes that the SEC postponing the launch of options in Bitcoin ETFs confuses many investors. It certainly makes us wonder why the feature has still not been approved by the SEC despite petitions from multiple exchanges. As a result, the trading volume of these Bitcoin ETFs stays lower compared to stocks like MicroStrategy and Marathon, which experience much higher trading volumes. Novogratz believes that the main reason for this difference is the availability of options. Options being available on stocks like MicroStrategy and Marathon draw in day traders and the lively Robinhood crowd, who thrive on the excitement of short-term investing. This surge of traders boosts the trading volume, even if it results in a volatile market. Novogratz also thinks that the lack of options on the Bitcoin ETF is limiting its ability to generate comparable excitement and trading activity. Now, let's take a look at clips of Mike Novogratz, where he shares these valuable insights. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up to show your support and consider.
Stop. You don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
With the adoption of the ETF, there's been a psychic shift, a psychological shift amongst institutional investors in that this is now an industry. And well, we all thought it was an industry for a long period of time.
Yeah.
You know, people are lending us money unsecured. We've got phones ringing off the hook with potential partnerships. Every big institution is figuring out what tokenization is going to mean to them. And so I have more confidence today than any time in the last 10 years of being in crypto that in 12 months and in 24 months, more institutions will be engaged in this space and the space will be bigger. That doesn't mean the price goes up every month or every quarter. Right, we started this quarter at 73,000. Today we're at 65,000 6 weeks in. And for all of our businesses, for Galaxy's business and for everyone else's business in this space, unlike most businesses outside of crypto, the activity level, the revenue, the excitement is very correlated to one asset, right? Bitcoin goes up, other crypto goes up, your staking revenue goes up, your asset management revenue goes up, your trading volumes pick up. And so we are still going to be correlated to the volatility and direction of the corn. And so we pray every night that Bitcoin goes higher.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that there is a commodity company aspect to what we do, and that's because we're all based in dollars, right? In a future world, a long time away, if God forbid the dollar became toilet paper and things were based in Bitcoin. And like I know a bunch of really true Bitcoiners, they only think in Bitcoin terms. Mm-hmm. It's not how many dollars of Bitcoin you have, it's how many coins you have, right? That's That's not our company. It's not going to be the world for a long period of time. And so in a dollar-based world, we are a commodity company. This whole space is a narrative space. And what I mean by that, it's a storytelling space. Why I'm good at this space, I'm a good storyteller. We need good engineers. We need good traders. We need good, but storytelling is a big part of it. And it's going to be a big part of it until the protocols that are built on top of the blockchains are being used in everyday life, and there's a revenue that comes out of them, not just a story. Right now, it's the story of what they might do. Yeah. Right. And you need use cases and proof of concepts to help those stories go along. But we're in a narrative business, so we had great narratives for the last 9 months. The ETF is coming. Larry Fink is endorsing this. Not just Larry Fink, but 10 other giant TradeFi companies getting into the ETF space. The halving was coming, and oh, by the way, Chairman Powell's going to cut 8 times. Yeah. We got 2 of the 3. Right. Chairman Powell's probably not going to cut for a while. Right. In the last few days, you've seen fixed income rally, cryptos take off again. We were at 57, then 61, and now we're at 65. Gold making record highs, silver making record highs, copper making record highs. And so there's or at least local highs. So there's a resurgence of the, oh my God, the economy's slowing down narrative, which will be helpful. Like I said yesterday, I don't think Bitcoin takes out the old high, the 73,000 high, unless we get the Fed in action or we get some big regulatory breakthrough. Yeah. And those are both probably low deltas. So that's why I think we're a bit of a range. Yeah. I said 65, 75. It's a pretty big range. I'm sorry, 55, 75.
It's a big range.
It's probably closer to 57, 73. Like we've probably put the low and the high end right now until the next move. And I do believe the next move is up because I do think we're going to get closer to the election and Powell's going to want to cut rate. Right now, I talk about 2 things, crypto regulation and the goddamn debt. And they're at odds with each other. If we had an administration, Biden or Trump, that addressed this 26% of GDP federal budget, which should be 20%, it would not be good for Bitcoin. And so having really crappy policymakers and profligate spenders and populists in Washington, great for my net worth.
With the introduction of the Bitcoin ETF, institutional investors are finally recognizing crypto as a legitimate industry. While many of us have long believed in its potential, now we have tangible evidence. Major institutions are now grappling with how tokenization will affect them. Novogratz is positive that over the next 12 to 24 months, more institutions will enter the crypto space, further expanding its scope. However, this doesn't necessarily mean prices will increase steadily every month or quarter. For example, Bitcoin began this quarter at $73,000, but just 6 weeks later, the price per coin has dropped to $65,000. Unlike most industries, the crypto world is heavily dependent on one key asset: Bitcoin. When Bitcoin's value rises, so does the rest of the crypto market. This surge impacts everything, from staking revenue to asset management income and trading volumes. We're still closely tied to Bitcoin's volatility and trajectory, so every night, we're hoping for Bitcoin to climb higher. Now, here are more remarkable insights from Mike Novogratz that you won't come across every day.
I say all the time, I go to bed and pray Bitcoin I don't wake up with Bitcoin at $1 million, because that would mean we've ended civil society. We want slow and steady. We want adoption, and more and more people around the world. And there's always going to be governments. We saw it with Nigeria. We saw it with Turkey. That are unbelievably irresponsible with their monetary policy and their fiscal policy. Right. It's populism. I want to get reelected. Yeah. Give everyone a free toothbrush. Japan has a few things
What's
happening.
The deal there?
They have a declining population. Yeah. Japan is a insular country. When you live in Japan, which I did, you're an anthropologist. They're unbelievably polite and nice to you, but you're never really taken inside. I moved to Hong Kong, and you're a citizen like the next day.
You're ready to hang out.
And so they're not pro-immigrant, right? They're weary of immigrants. They want to preserve their culture, and they have no birth rate. And so you're losing Japanese at a rapid pace. They are the largest savers in the world. and the oldest people in the world. Old people don't spend that much money.
Right.
And so there's a huge savings. And so they run this giant deficit, but they have an equal amount of savings. And so it's this weird accounting. We finally, after deflation for since 89, whatever, 30-odd years, 35 years, they've got inflation going. And that's allowing some vibrancy in their economy. The economy is doing fine. And, the yen is going higher because until they raise rates, and why should they raise rates? They only now got inflation after 30 years trying to get inflation. They got just a tiny bit of inflation. They're going to let inflation go for a while. And actually to get nominal GDP going in their economy.
Yeah.
Why is dollar yen going up every day? Because U.S. rates are 5 and Japanese rates are 0.
Yeah.
Are negative. And so even if they raised them a teeny bit, it's still a huge gap.
Right.
And so currencies over the long haul go on interest rate differential. And, we'll see. They intervened at 160. They spent a ton. They have a ton of reserves. And they're hoping the U.S. starts cutting and that takes the pressure off of them.
Yep.
And so they thought Powell thought he would have already cut twice by now. And the market did too. But so we'll see. It's a great thing to watch. The Nikkei was the best performing stock market last year. It's doing fine this year. It only got back to the 1989 high this February.
That's crazy.
89.11, 35 years to regain
crazy.
the high.
That's crazy.
Talk
about
and it did it because
winner.
there was a cultural and a legal change that said you had to work to get your company trading back towards NAV.
Mm-hmm.
All of these companies traded way below book. Made no sense.
Yeah.
And there was no activism. And so you had corporate activism in Japan for the first time, and a cultural shift of how companies were run.
Yeah.
With all of that said, options can indeed bring more liquidity and trading activity to the market, potentially affecting prices positively. However, the relationship between options availability and price movement is still pretty complicated and depends on various factors for success. But the main question is, will the SEC soon approve of this? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more insightful discussions on cryptocurrency and finance. Your engagement fuels our efforts to provide valuable content to our audience. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates on crypto finance, technology, and beyond. Happy investing! For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.